If you're here, it's probably because the Crimson Desert hype just won't leave you alone, and you're wondering if this thing is actually worth the full AAA price tag. I've played a ton of RPGs, Souls-likes, and open-world games, so let me give you the honest truth before you fork over 70 smackaroonies for this beast of a game. Let's start with something every game needs: a hook. Something that grabs your attention and makes you want to keep playing. Some games do this with a captivating story, and others hook you with characters. But Crimson Desert doesn't really do either, and that's sort of its main shortcoming. The first 10 hours can feel slow and sometimes even boring. Side quests feel disconnected, and the pacing is kind of all over the place. The game doesn't give you a strong reason to care yet. If you're expecting to jump in and instantly feel invested, you won't. But here's the thing: if you push through the slow start, something eventually clicks, and that hook moment is different for everyone. It could be your first time skydiving from the abyss, or discovering a breathtaking vista, or maybe it's just riding your horse through a field of flowers. The game does grow on you, it just takes patience. Let's be clear, Crimson Desert is not a story-driven game. If you want deep lore, emotional characters, or a narrative that pulls you along, this is not that. And honestly, the game doesn't even try to be that. Instead, it leans into environmental storytelling. The world, the atmosphere, and the gameplay do most of the talking while you piece together things for yourself. There's very little hand-holding. You get a main quest marker, sure, but the game rarely tells you how to do things. Quests, puzzles, systems, you're expected to figure it all out. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just need more patience than you might expect. Now, the next part completely changed the game for me. And when it clicks for you, you'll be surprised at how much more you enjoy Crimson Desert. The combat is probably some of the best I've seen in a game in a long time, and it's so addictive. I don't think I've run past a single enemy camp without picking a fight yet. It doesn't take long to unlock and upgrade some of your most OP skills, and there are a ton of skills. I counted around 30 on the skill tree. Some of the best ones I've used are the Blinding Flash finisher, which allows you to decimate groups of enemies at once, the Turning Slash double attack, and the Focus ability, which is severely underrated. The Focus ability basically lets you slow down time in battle, see your enemies' moves more clearly, and at the same time recharge spirit. Now, the one thing I'll say is the fact that you have inputs for dozens of different attacks means your controller's real estate is fully taken, and it can be kinda tough to remember what certain inputs are in the heat of battle. But if it comes to it, just press random buttons and pray. Maybe you'll accidentally hit a finisher combo on your opponent, who knows? Now, let's talk difficulty, because yeah, Crimson Desert is a definitively hard game. A lot of these bosses are absolutely no joke, and grinding to upgrade weapons and power up skills is a must. One of the toughest fights I've had so far was against the Reed Demon, and even though I beat it on the second try, that was only because I heavily upgraded all my gear after he wiped the floor with me the first time. And it's not just the bosses that are difficult. There were times where I was just casually exploring, and suddenly there's 30 or 40 enemies just chasing me down out of nowhere, trying to literally shoot me off my horse. If you're looking for a relaxing, chill experience, this ain't it. The world is massive, and honestly, one of the most beautiful open worlds I've ever played. You could explore for hours, make zero progress, and still have a great time, if that's how you like to play these games. But here's the question everybody wants to know: is the world full or empty? And the answer is that it depends on how you approach it. If you wander off on your own, you'll run into overleveled enemies pretty quickly, which can soft-gate certain regions or points of interest. The world opens up best when you follow the main quest, which could end up being a deal breaker if you hate being tied down to quest lines. But if you engage with the game even a little, the world starts to feel more meaningful, more connected, and way more rewarding. Crimson Desert is genuinely a great game, but I think it's one of those games that will either be a benchmark in your gaming experience or a game you just can't connect with. It's definitely not made for everyone, and that's fine, but if you're willing to invest time into learning a game and its mechanics, you'll discover an incredibly detailed world full of advanced combat and endless exploration. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, guys.